fly like kite. They hold hands until each day. Boy, then let's go hit his way. Boy rolls blunt back to his boys. Girl erection brings bad boy joy. Boy thinks of that big fat back. Big black fat, love big black fat. Girl calls boy to stand him up on Saturday. Saturday, it's a Saturday, it's a Saturday.
So unfasten that sleeve around your neck. Connected like a vibe from the wheel to the foot. Come on everybody, do the funky output.
5 days you work, 1 whole day to play. Come on everybody, wear your roller skates today. It's Saturday, 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 it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday,
Now as you pump your fists, I reminisce to a bounce rock skate low fest to impress. Hey pretty diamond, do you like the way I'm dressed? Cool, keep the faith and be my mate, cause all we need is feet. But promote the hustle cause it keeps me thin. No need to talk, Luca just walked in.
Is there a gun on stage?
Yes, man.
So kick the wham on this jam.
Oh, Mr. Sprinkler, Mr. Sprinkler. Wet me for one, Mr. Sprinkler. I'm heating high five and a day's no split. With a yawn, I trip to the dawn. Out comes the bodies following the one idea. It's clear, rattle to the roll. Hold back up the track, grab your roller skates, y'all. And let's zip on by. Zippity doo, now let's zip on by. Feet on the weed and we're feeling high. Sun is on thick and the cheese is golden thick. Come on, it's no time to hide. Season is twist, spinning and winning. No hack and sack, let me in. Spill on the bottom away, but it's okay. It's a Saturday. Now let's all get baked like Anita.
Watch Mr. Lawn, don't look at the Peter.
Feel on the farm, I'll feel on the.
Hey, watch that.
It's a Saturday.
Now is the time to act the fool tonight. Forget about your worries and you will be alright. It's Saturday, 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 it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday, Saturday, it's Saturday,
Mama cool, mama saha, mama kosa, mama cool, mama saha, mama kosa, mama cool, mama saha, mama kosa. Sumanye. Atele. Mosoma, mosoma. Angadiwo ongusa tanga neusa makosa. Anomuna sisi au yasta makosa. Amuna yeye koma sama kosa. Tanga ongusa tanga nesta makosa. Nikaso. Mama cool, mama saha, mama kosa, mama cool, mama saha, mama kosa, mama cool, mama saha, mama kosa, mama cool, mama saha, mama kosa. Right on. ombusa kanga nesa makosa na makosa bata somton Yomse bata yomse makosa
good night, good afternoon to everybody. What's up, everybody? We're excited that you guys are here, number one, at our Samsung experience here at Sundance 2016. But more excitedly, we're excited that you all are joining us for the Funny or Dies, the Future in Comedy VR panel here today. We have an exclusive lineup today, and I want you all to stand, if you possibly can, to put your hands together for our moderator, editor-in-chief of Funny or Die, Mr. Owen Burke, who will be joined by stars Paul Scheer and Rob Hubel, along with director Lex Hallaby and the Funny or Die team of Christian Heer, Sean Dakany, and Alan McElroy, and none other than himself, Mr. Nick DiCarlo from Samsung. If you can all stand up, put your hands together, and welcome these folks in. Samsung. Welcome to the best panel of today. You're welcome. We're gonna answer your questions. We're gonna make you think. Q&As.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming out. My name is Owen Burke. This guy saw my Honda commercial 2 summers ago. So we are so thrilled to be here at Sundance. We had Funny or Die, and especially doing something so innovative as virtual reality here with Samsung. And I'm just going to start asking questions of the people who are really, really involved in the project. And so, first of all, Christian and Sean, who produced it, what is it for Funny or Die? And I should know this because I'm editor-in-chief of Funny or Die, but I have to ask this question. What is it? Why are you so bullish on virtual reality? What do you see it with Funny or Die?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been interested in VR for like a year now, and we just didn't see any comedy in the medium, and we thought it was just like absolutely worth giving it a shot and trying it out. And the more we started, playing around with it, it seemed like comedy works really well in VR because the a lot of times comedy performers are used to performing on the stage, and a lot of VR shots are long takes, and it takes a certain type of performer to do that, and I don't know. I think it's great.
And this panel got real serious real fast. Yeah. This is like a Sundance panel. When we approach these characters... Wait, let me cross my legs. Rob and I obviously have issues with law enforcement. So... Wait, how many people here play a character? Sketch. Great. Okay. All right, so a lot of you haven't seen it. We'll act it out for you right now. Rob, let's go. Rob and I in it play cops, and then you, as the VR participant, are the people that are the person that we're interrogating.
That's right. It's a police interrogation.
It's probably one of the most moving things here at Sundance. I'm going to say that. Well, and if anyone doubts it, come here and fight us.
Well, also, we should say that this is not meant to be sexual. There have been a lot of reports already that people are getting very sexually aroused by
in our premiere, 2 people came to completion. I don't want to, and that's not the way that we're advertising it. That's happening. It's sort of like if you see a movie and you want to, stop going to McDonald's, that's what happens. If you want to watch this movie and come to completion, that's fine. We're not saying you have to.
We're not telling you to come to completion.
It just comes naturally watching your performance. Yes.
And is it because of the VR experience that it's so immersive, or is it because of your specific performance?
Well, everybody knows that Rob and I are sex symbols. We've always been sex symbols. So when you put us in a space where you're that close to us, yeah, you're going to come.
Now, Alan, you wrote the piece.
Yeah.
Alan McLeod, one of the great sketch writers of Funny or Die, at a UCB theater in Los Angeles.
Thank you.
Now, Alan, writing for virtual reality, writing that kind of sketch, what is the difference between writing a virtual reality sketch and
I just want to make sure, like the virtual reality world, you want to make sure people come 10 times more than a regular 2D sketch. So that was my thing. I was like, how can I make these guys really come a bunch? It might be way too early for a bunch of cum jokes. I'm realizing now. time.
You guys are just waking up.
People just had brunch.
Can I
They're
get
just
some more
like,
juice on my mic? Juice me. Juice it up. Check it. Check it. You didn't know I was going to ask you to ride my levels.
Please ride my levels. No, I think the cool thing about the way that we did this was we basically did 2 long takes, which is something that you don't often get a chance to do when you are doing TV or film, to just kind of like play out a couple minutes at a time.
and that's the reason why Funny or Die went out to you guys, is because you perform well together. You already have great chemistry. We knew that you guys would just, because it's all one long take, that you guys would just be able to do it together. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you have an instant chemistry. They already see.
It was really kind of like, here's a blueprint with some stuff that we can do, and then you guys took it and made it great. And then the difference, though, to go back to that question, is you're trying to think of some other stuff you can have going on. Like if the viewer's looking this way, you want to have something maybe happening here, so when Rob's talking to you here, you can look around and go, what's Paul doing? And he's doing something funny or interesting behind you. There's just kind of writing an entire immersive experience.
It's like writing jokes in a experiential nature.
Right.
So the whole thing. And Lex, as the director, Lex Halabay is incredible VR director. How is it for you? You've done a bunch of VR. How is it directing comedy? Is this your first comedy with VR? Or?
Yeah. This is the first sketch comedy that I've done in VR.
It's probably the first VR sketch comedy in the world. You're welcome.
And this is definitely the first panel about VR sketch comedy. So give yourself
congratulations for being here. Congratulations.
Experiencing a panel about something that's only 7 minutes long.
You could be online for Tao right now, but you decided to come here.
Yeah.
I went to Tao last year and I got strangled by one of the actors in the film. So
All right.
Topical.
There is some things you can do in VR comedy that you can't do in traditional sketch or traditional media, like playing with personal space. Like the people that saw this, I'm sure, when these guys get into your personal space, there's a visceral reaction to that. And being awkwardly close to somebody, you can't really do if you're just watching it in a traditional media. So that aspect of it is really fun to play with, and playing with the blocking too. Like we rehearsed it beforehand and figured out where's the best place to be standing to deliver this joke. How close should you be for this? How far away? And I think all that played out really well when we shot
I
it.
also think in watching the finished product, which we just watched right before it premiered.
Yeah, we had not seen it.
I think a lot of your work is in the beginning and at the end, because we are all working together and blocking it out, and then it just has to kind of go because there's no other angles to call or anything like that.
Right.
And then in the edit, you did some really amazing stuff in the post process with sound design and visual effects and stuff like that, and that was really impressive too.
Yeah, sound is super important. Our sound designer Alex Reeves over there did a great job.
Did a great job.
Yeah, that brings so much to it. That 5.1 spatial that's supported on Milk VR does a lot to really put you there. And like when Rob's whispering in your ear and stuff, it's like he's right there. And
It was like I was really whispering, wasn't it?
Now, Rob, at the end of this panel, will whisper in everyone's ear.
I'll come. Where's everyone staying? I'll come by.
Late night, we'll come from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. We'll whisper one thing in your ear, and that's it, and we'll leave.
But I have a question for you, Lex. Like, how if you were going to do a movie or like a longer form version of something, what do you do? Just find cut points, like a play. Like in this thing, there was a part where Paul puts a bag over the viewer's head, so you can kind of cut into other stuff. Is that what you'd have to do for a movie?
I think there's a lot of ways to hide cuts, and we did hide some cuts here because we did on the day. I think we did maybe 16 takes, and we were trying different things.
And every take was great.
They were all amazing.
Probably picked, from take 1 to take 16, it was like just gold.
We could have made 16 shorts out of this.
Yeah. It's like, I'd like to see Benedict Cumberbatch do something as good as that.
Is he here? Where is he? Is he here? He's not here.
Did he not come to this panel?
Ladies and gentlemen, Benedict. Oh no,
is he here?
But hiding those cuts is something that we did a little bit, like when you're blowing smoke in our face, for example.
There's an edit right there.
There's a cut there.
Genius.
There's a few other little places, but it's just to sort of weave it all together and doing a longer form piece. That's how I would suggest doing it, is giving yourself a couple break points, because it's also for you guys, doing one long take over and over. It's
Yeah,
nice to be
we've
able
gotten
to-
spoiled by TV. I only do 1 or 2 words at a time before the director goes cut, and then we just edit it all together. And
Wait a second, is that because, what, your performance?
I won't listen. I don't memorize lines. I just get told a word, and then I say it.
Well,
and
also,
another
we're
word,
not, we're
and then
not
I
here
say
to
it.
promote your TV projects.
Look, TV is, people are saying TV is dead. It's not, especially Wednesday nights on ABC.
No. No,
Fresh
don't
off the
tweet
boat.
about that. Don't tweet about
Fresh off the boat.
Paul, we're here to talk about here to talk about new technology, virtual
New
reality.
technology like Crash
Samsung,
Test. Crash Test, a
virtual
new
reality.
special tonight on Comedy Central. It's not a big deal. Rob and I are
I'm in
it.
that, and we're still not supposed to promote that. We're
not
supposed to promote
Guys, the return of
Samsung.
the Children's Hospital tonight at midnight.
guys,
We're not
stop
supposed to
promoting
promote things that we have to promote.
Guys,
we want to.
I would beg you not to watch those projects.
And I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about Daddy's Home, which has made over $100 million.
Are you even in Daddy's Home?
I am in Daddy's
You're
Home.
in Daddy's Home.
I am in Daddy's
Why
Home.
am I not in Daddy's Home?
I don't know.
We could show you audition tape
In VR?
in VR. And Nick, at Samsung,
This is Nick Samsung.
this is Nick Samsung. His father owns Samsung.
Super rich.
His father had a dream.
Nick, we don't know how he got the job, but it just sort of now he runs
A
VR
lot
for
of people are
Samsung.
saying nepotism. He got it.
We don't believe that.
Talent.
We don't believe it. So Samsung's so bullish on VR. What is it about VR? What do you see the future of VR and how Samsung is related to it?
You know, I had a much better answer prepared, but I think it's just super fun. Like, we made this service last year, and we hoped guys like this would make cool stuff, and man, our expectations have been exceeded, like, dramatically. It's just been a super fun ride, and that's really, like, what more can you say? Like, laughing your ass off at something in goggles is great.
And you're here to announce today the Iggy Azalea sketch comedy show, right? It's Iggy Azalea. It's kind of like her Amy Schumer. It's
You
gonna be
just
great.
saw her
Yeah.
pop up on the screen. I will say my favorite part of this was watching people watch this because it's such a solo experience, but at the same time being strangely a communal experience. Like assuming everyone starts it at the same time, it's funny for us to see what your senses of humor are. Like, there are some people that are like laughing their asses off, and some people, this sketch is a fart joke, so some people are like, nope.
Spoiler alert.
Nope. But
Spoiler.
But even so, even if the fact that you're experiencing it, a lot of people are just like exploring, and like
Well,
that's to me 90% of the fun is like looking for jokes. Like, oh, there's a joke on the wall. There's a joke. Now there's a lady making a funny announcement.
It is a
it's all
purely
just like,
personal viewing experience. Like when you see, when you watch stuff in the movie theater and everyone's laughing around you, you are either, you're influenced by them potentially. So here, you can just really be in it and alone in this environment.
again, not for you to masturbate to. It is.
But
That's not what we're talking
happens-
about. That's
Here's
not-
the thing. If it happens, we shouldn't run away from it.
No. It is.
And some people don't even have to touch themselves. That's how good the thing is. It's just
They just wear
happening.
like tight cords.
Yeah.
like I'm wearing. It is such an immersive experience that pornography is like they're like all over this. They're going to be like
Pornography
Can you speak to
is
that?
not
What's
gonna-
the pornography looking
They're not
like?
What
gonna
is
drive
Samsung
the
doing with
industry.
pornography?
Samsung's working with the best porn stars in the biz to give you one of the
Comedy.
best experiences. Joe Samsung had a dream. Porno for all phones, tablets, watches. It's in there.
Nick, you're my
it's
son.
on
I
your phone
challenge
already.
you to make pornography for everyone.
But doing this, aside from pornography, it does get me for real excited about because this is a very
not sexually excited.
no. This was like a pretty basic sketch. So after watching that, it only makes me want to do what else could we do? What else could we do? You know?
I think the thing that I love about VR in general is, you get to be in, for us, you get to be in a sketch with us, or you get to be at front row at a Paul McCartney concert or an Iggy Azalea concert or whatever. And it's like you get to experience something that you can never do. So what in this sketch, you really are getting to do a scene with us. Not that millions of people have been wanting to do that.
You're welcome.
But,
You're welcome.
you're welcome.
Well, here's a question that I don't know because I don't know all of the technology.
Who killed Teresa Halbach? That's the question?
No, but it is
Okay.
weird that you would bring that up. You were not involved.
I was an hour away.
Okay, just to be clear.
I could never have gotten
Not
back
everyone
and forth
here
in time.
knows Making a Murder. A lot of people have
To
not
get
seen
accused
Making a
of
Murder,
this?
or they don't think jokes about Making a Murder is funny, which Paul is making.
I'm
a
not
joke
making a
about
joke.
that.
I
am not. You can see that I am clearly
I have a
deflecting.
pizza oven that gets up
I
to
am
very hot
deflecting
degrees.
that
An hour.
because-
I'm not even talking about this.
but my question is like moving forward, and I just don't know the answer to this. Will things have to be from a fixed perspective? Like, will you have to be stationary? Will it evolve to where you can? I don't know.
Don't ask me, Rob.
I'm looking
Don't
at
ask
you.
Stop. Yes.
Lex knows.
Will it
Lex,
evolve
where-
where you can walk around?
I think both. Yeah, but absolutely, both can work. With live action right now, a lot of it's fixed perspective. There is camera moves, things like that. But with like gamified engine technology, you can walk around the space. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like there's different ways to interact in VR coming in the years ahead. So I think that there'll be tons of opportunities for that. Right now in live action, like third person.
I'm calling it right now. Fast and Furious 8, all in VR. Get Tyrese on the phone. Let's do this.
But we really could potentially do, like Alan and I were saying, like a Sleep No More type experience where every room is a different scenario or sketch happening, and two people could have two totally different experiences.
Don't give away our ideas to the public.
I'm telling you to not steal that idea. That idea is
there'd be like a sex
actually,
room
if you
and
take
like a
that
orgy
idea,
room.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
Have a sex room.
well,
and
we'll
orgy.
talk after this, and if I fucking take my idea.
No, but there actually is what you just described. A band did a thing where they did a whole artist renovation of a house, and each room has a different thing.
Is it funny? No. Let's do it. Make it funny.
Well, guys, you're investors, so what can we get from you right now?
I didn't know that. Are they all investors?
These are all investors. They're Sundance tastemakers.
Is Robert Redford here?
Robert Redford, please. Come in, Rob. He's in the back. He's in the back. Oh, Robert. Robert.
That's not Robert.
Thank you.
That's not Robert.
Oh, no. That's Steven.
Robert Redford
It's not
said
him.
to
That's
us.
Steven Seagal.
Oh, jeez. No, Robert Redford told Samsung, I don't want virtual reality here. That's not the point of this festival. And Samsung said, no. Go fuck yourself, Robert Redford. We're
true? I don't think that's true.
to you.
I don't think that's true.
Then Robert Redford
Don't
put on
tweet
those
that.
goggles. He watched our sketch. He came 4 times in 7 minutes. The man still got it.
Do not tweet that Robert Redford came 4 times in 4 minutes.
It was 5.
Wearing the Samsung Gear VR. Do not tweet that.
If you get his pair of goggles, you'll know.
No, Paul. Again, shout out to Double R Bar.
We are really happy to be here.
To be here.
Thank you, Robert.
Now we'll take questions from anyone whose name's Steve.
But it is I think Sundance is a perfect place to showcase this it is independent what we're doing.
Yes.
Like, there is no studio backing this.
Rob and I only got $1 million each for this.
Is that true, Christian?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's nothing.
That's low budget, considering.
That's low budget these days. But it's something that Funny or Die is passionate about and wants to make more of it.
Yeah,
Like,
and we figured it out all on our own, sort of. We just worked with Lex and a couple of other, independent VR creators to kind of figure out how to do it. And we didn't have a big budget or anything, and we just kind of over the process.
This
of
is
6
like the
months,
tangerine of VR.
Yeah. It's shot on six iPhones.
We were lucky enough to
Samsung.
get these phones.
Samsung.
I don't even know. I didn't even understand what he just said. What kind of phone?
What?
I only know Samsung phones.
That's a Samsung Galaxy.
Samsung phone, right?
Yeah, Samsung phone. Yeah, like he's holding.
Galaxy Live.
So are you guys going to write more VR stuff potentially?
Yeah.
We would love to.
Yeah,
We really feel that it's just like there's a horror. I feel like it's great for a horror genre, comedy genre, because there's a sense where you could really put someone in it and really be affected in a personal way. And there's a bit of a voyeurism, I think, to VR, which is fantastic, where you can be not just the subject of something, but actually view something that's very personal to someone else.
You get to be a fly on the wall.
A fly on the wall, which is, there's so many different ways to handle that perspective.
Which is also my short film that I have premiering here at Sundance.
Stop plugging other projects.
It's premiering at 11:45 tonight in my friend's basement. You should definitely
Wait,
come check it out.
is it a part of the festival?
I mean, we're here in Sundance with it, yeah.
But is it like if I open up a program of the Sundance?
Probably not, no. But that's all the cool films are not in the program guide. It's much more like underground, like did you hear that this
It's like
is
literally
playing?
underground. It's in a
It
basement.
is literally underground, yeah. It's in like a cold meat locker.
Would you guys want to act in more VR? Would you want to?
I totally would. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. No.
We're not.
Are you inviting us?
It's not a
Is
flirt.
this? Are you inviting us?
I'm just asking as performers, and when you go into it, is it something that you're like, oh, this is something I want to do all the
I think
time?
it's really fun, and I think like everything, it's always about the idea, and I think for virtual reality, there's so many things to explore, so it's been really...
Yeah, I think we have to. I think like we just obviously very much scratch like the bottom of the barrel. So I think we just like figure out how to crack it open a little bit and how to like how to advance the stories a little bit and make it quicker and funnier and better and tighter.
Well, and I also think too, like from the beginning of VR, all the way back to like 8 months ago. But like since VR has kind of first come on the scene, it's already kind of just jumped in leaps and bounds, and it's so. I feel like what we're even doing now, in a year from now, you'll be watching this Q&A in VR.
And again, please don't masturbate.
So we can open it up to questions from the audience.
How about from all these people leaving in the back? Let's open it up.
Yeah, let's.
Where are you going? What movie are you going to go see? Because you're not going to get in.
The Day the Clown Cried. Is that playing here? The Jerry Lewis Holocaust movie? No?
Yes, right here.
Guys, give us 1 second. Let the mic come to you, please.
Oh, thank you.
So for those of us that haven't seen it, as you were describing it in the long takes, did Birdman, the unexpected virtue of...
Wow, you got through the whole title. I appreciate it.
People just know it as Birdman.
I watch Doug Love's movies, and I know that you have to do listen to Doug Love's movies full title. But did the long takes, did that help you to appreciate the making of this when you had it? And then the other thing, I loved you in Drunk History. I thought that you were so great.
Thank you.
Like, you've been on like 2 seasons worth of it, and every time you get drunk, it makes me so happy. So thank you for that.
He's in this
hang around a little longer.
That was the best, like not really a question, but more of like a shout out, which I love. That was awesome.
One of our better
was
stories, yeah.
But yes, at the same time, we were inspired by Birdman and The Revenant.
Well, if you would like to compare this to those,
I think when you see it, you'll go like, "Oh, okay, this is definitely some Revenant area here."
But we are live performers, and Rob and Paul do a live stand-up show every week. They do a live improv show every week with me. We all do it together. So doing something in one take is what we've been trained in the last 20 years. You do things in one take, and when we do improv, once you do that take, it's done. You don't do it again.
Yeah, I also feel like there allows there to be like a little bit more fluidity to it when it is done in one take, because you can't craft not everything is going to be as perfect as you imagine. Like David Fincher would fucking have an embolism to do VR because I don't think he could ever get it all right in one take. Whereas here, like I think you have to not make do, but there might be something that's really good here, and you just have to. I don't know. I think
sometimes it's that imperfection too that makes it seem so real. Like this is really real. Like
it doesn't feel so polished.
Yeah. That's great, and great shout out to Alan McLeod. Yes, hi.
He's also on You're the Worst.
Give us 1 second for the mic, please.
Yeah, the mic will come over to you.
The mic will come to you.
It will be lowered down to you.
For fun, the next person who asks a question, try to stay as far away as possible from our mic person. So I'm thinking back corner.
So much of what's being done in VR right now is it's 360, but it's lacking the 3D. I haven't seen it yet, but did you guys shoot it in 3D?
Of course we did.
Talk a little bit about the camera technology.
Yeah, no, sorry, but we did shoot it in 3D. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's shot in 3D. It's a custom rig that I built. It's basically built from GoPros, and then I cracked them open and modified the optics, and then put them into an array. So it's optical 3D. It's not post-processed 3D.
And it looks just like the robot from Short Circuit, so it's really cool.
Exactly, yeah.
It's really fun to do scenes with them, yeah. Wait, so you really got into each one of the GoPros and kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's, I mean, I agree, there isn't a lot of 360 3D content. It's starting to come out more. The tools haven't really been there yet for filmmakers. They're starting to evolve. Their cameras starting to come out. I know even Samsung has one coming out. And once those become more available, I think you'll see a lot more of it. Right now, it's a little bit of, there's a lot of do-it-yourself stuff and a lot of kind of hack jobs. But yeah, this was a
Can I jump on that? What Samsung's coming out with a new camera or?
Only after we finish the smell-o-vision portion for the fart side.
Wow. Smell-o-vision is a great idea.
Yeah, so cameras in VR is a really huge deal for these guys, and a lot of stuff in the future for that.
Can I jump on that also? Who did the visual effects in the thing that we did? Did you do that stuff?
I did some of them, and the guys from Paver, Alex was back there. Those guys
Alex
did.
Clappin, Jared from Paver.
Yeah. Sundance.
Those guys
Get
helped
that
out
guy laid. Anyone else have a question? Anyone who...
Another question about virtual reality, about our likes, restaurants that we recommend.
Yes, hi.
It really is the farthest person away.
Yeah,
from
did what she was told.
I saw her. She was standing there, and she ran around the back to go over there.
Hi. Seeing as this is a very collaborative, this seems to be very collaborative, how do you choose your team members and how do you build relationships that last?
Ooh, that's a good question. How do you build your team members and how do you choose your team?
Is that for Funny or Die, how we choose our team members?
Just in general, with VR, seeing as it seems to be more collaborative than like television, but there's like
I think it's the same as producing, and I'll let Christian and Sean talk about this, but it's like producing anything. You find people that are a good fit for the project, and Lex is a fantastic fit with Funny or Die.
Yeah, I think especially for VR, the development process is a little bit longer. We like to focus. There's a lot more focus on production design elements too, because you can admire everything else on the screen. Kyle Smith is our production designer over there. He did an excellent job with it.
Kyle Smith did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Sundance, get that guy laid.
And then there are a lot of like
production design. I do not care if you get laid. I don't care.
No, admittedly,
by the way, you don't have to use condoms in Sundance because of the altitude. So
is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Is that true? I have not
totally
heard that.
true.
But yeah, admittedly, when we first wanted to do VR, we had no idea what we were doing at all. And so it took us a long time. We actually built a little sort of like VR think tank with Alex and Paver and Lex and another group led by Boa Simon. And we just, yeah.
You know what I'll say about what I liked about this project in particular was...
What's that, Paul?
It was very down and dirty. It was not like, I feel like a lot of times when you hear about VR things, it seems like a lot of money is spent towards it. And I think that may sometimes impede people from actually doing something in VR because it's like, well, we don't have enough money to do that. Like what Funny or Die was able to do was build a set in one of the offices in their office.
Yeah, that was in the office. So all day that door was slamming and you guys were screaming in there and everybody on conference calls.
That's sort of the spirit of Funny or Die. The greatest thing about working at Funny or Die is walking down the hallway that used to be an office that's now a hospital room and someone's dressed like Betty Boop in a costume or something, or you just go somewhere else and you open up a door and you walk right into a set and someone is filming like they're in Canada, in a Mountie uniform, and you're like, that's what makes Funny or Die to be so nimble, to be so creative, and to turn things around. That's what's exciting about doing VR and like with Lex, and to turn this around this way where we didn't have to build a crazy set, but we could say, oh, what's really funny? Who are some great people we can work with, and how can we get this out?
And comedy also allows you to do a low concept idea because the material is the comedy, and you don't have to be in a yurt. You don't have to be like getting off-roading or anything like that. We can create the content around it, and that allows you to kind of then, like what I was saying with the post process on it, so much more is even added to what we even had. Like watching it for the first time, it's like, oh, these little techniques that you used even in the flashback sequence was like, it looked beautiful and it was relatively simple, And I feel like as long as you're not stopping from making this content. I think.
Let me jump on that for just a second. I just wanted to ask: are you guys wearing the same sweater?
Same sweater.
We're wearing the same sweater.
I just wanted
Same sweater, different color, and the fact that you guys aren't wearing the same sweater, different color, is kind of upsetting to us.
Huh?
Another question? Yeah, in the back. Yeah, look how far he has to go. Look at this.
I'm Robert Redford. Someone was talking shit about me.
Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid is one of the best movies of all time. That's why we play it every year.
So it sounds like you guys are having really a lot of fun and early adopters to this whole thing, and I'm wondering what you think about the business end, the scalability and availability to the masses. Is this just the sort of a unique thing for the future, like 65 millimeter will go in the basement, pop up every now and then, or will everyone go for it?
Well, if I could speak, I mean, I don't know if you want to speak to this, but I would say I don't know if this is going to be used by everyone in the future, but I will say, like, I have kids, and they are so excited about virtual reality. Like, they are like, my daughters are so excited that we're doing a virtual reality project more than anything else that I do. And the fact that there are guys like Lex, who you just heard what he said, that he built his own rig. And I think that there's something that when filmmakers want to do something, nothing can stop them from doing it, no matter what the platform is. If it's virtual reality, 2D, 3D, I think that's what Sundance is all about, like that independent spirit of just like, if you want to do something, you could do it. And then you see these things for the users that are just made of cardboard. My first VR experience, Christian showed it to me, it was with a Samsung phone and this thing of cardboard that he folded together.
And
to
I
do
think
it.
the cardboard was made from a Samsung box.
Yeah, it was a Samsung box cardboard. And so that idea of yes, there are these rigs that enhance the experience, but there's also you could put it on. I think there are so many levels that it can be accessible.
How old are your kids?
My kids are 8, 7, 3, and 49.
So I have an 18-month-old, and I've been putting the VR headset on him, and he doesn't get it. And so that's the difference. So maybe it will be big for your kids of your
my
age.
kids and the
My
next
age group,
generation.
they're over it. You know, they're more into like things like trains and colors. So, different strokes. I don't want to just go out there and say that all kids are into it. My 18-month-old not into VR at all. So yeah, sorry to break your bubble.
I think you're going to go into a nursing home one day, and all the old people will just be kind of sitting there in little VR devices.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the market that you guys are going for.
I think you should really consider it.
Demolition Man, we're getting closer.
Well, obviously we're not on the business.
Wipe our butts with those. It'll be great.
We're not on the business end of it. I mean, we're not. We're
Just
pitching it to
spitballing.
babies and old people. That's probably not the real user. Of it.
So Samsung, Nick, can you answer that question a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sundance is a great example. So Shari Freelo has been curating the new frontiers. She's been putting up VR here for a long time, from when the technology barely worked. This year it's in 3 buildings, huge crowds. Like, the response from real people that come to events like this is why Samsung and lots of people believe in VR. And it's just, people love it, and that's why we believe in it and continue to support it and grow it organically.
Great. We have time for one more question. Is there anyone else have a question?
Yeah, I'm Robert Redford. Who was talking shit about me?
Still
right
funny.
here.
Still funny. The second time. Still
Worse.
funny.
You gotta do it one more time though. One more time. Rule of
Hey,
three.
yeah, it's Robert Redford. Why are you guys making fun of my voice?
Hey, you guys kind of mentioned long-form content earlier. Do you think there's a sweet spot for how long you can expect someone to keep the headset on their head and maybe not going into a 2-hour movie? And that comedy's really good because you can have shorter sketches?
That's a great question. Well, I don't know. When I was watching it, because when we were doing Human Giant with Aziz and with Jason Wallner, like I didn't plug it, so you clap, but thank you. But like our rule, and I know at Funny or Die too, like in comedy, like shorter is better. It's always better to be shorter. I mean, like anything on Funny or Die, I know that's like a rule of thumb. Like we got to keep it short. But for some reason in this, because you are experiencing it, you definitely get a lot of yardage from that. Like that felt like, I mean, I wouldn't want that particular scene to go on that much longer, but like once you're in that world, you could see how that could change and lead us into this next scene.
Well, you could go into like a cell. Then now the next thing would be going into a jail cell and seeing the people that you're in a jail cell with. And then you see, oh, you can actually go through a journey as this person. I think it's like any storytelling.
It's like choose your own adventure
you
almost.
have to keep it interesting. You have to keep the audience engaged.
What I do think though right now, which is kind of interesting, is for the most part, I think VR is it's a new technology. A lot of people haven't even experienced it yet. So when you have something short and you can share it, it's like a little bit of a party game. It's like, oh, have you tried this? Let's put this on. And then it can kind of be passed around. So I think whenever you can show diverse content that is short form, it's good because it's not yet in the point where you're going to put it on and just watch a movie. But at the same time, we kind of do it when you go see like a 3D IMAX. I just saw The Force Awakens, not to plug it.
Again, why are you plugging projects?
Because it's independent.
You're not even in that.
It's independent. Yes, I am in it. I was cut out. I played Constable Zuvio. Anyway, no, but like when you're watching stuff in 3D, you're already watching something in 3D and you're in that world. Now you're just adding another level to it, and it's just a matter of can you actually film it and keep it up on that level?
To me, like watching people watch that made me just think that like as storytellers, and most of you I guess are storytellers, like this is the most...
For one of you, you're not a storyteller.
But this to me represented...
Get out.
This to me represents the most fun way to blow people's minds. Like literally you can blow people's minds. And I don't know, I'm excited to see what people
everything that
make.
I've ever seen in VR, from the simple, like just being there from like SNL 40 and seeing live musical performances, it's just a different way to experience something that we're used to. This is just a sketch, but you, instead of watching it, which we could have shot and it would have been fine, you were in it with us. And I think that gives you a different connection to it, but you're still creating the basis of the same thing. It's like it's a sketch, it's a music video, it's a live performance, but how you perceive those things that's the difference.
Yeah, because we're not strictly capturing reality. I mean, obviously,
Right.
It's a heightened reality that you guys are acting within, and those rules are different than the rules of reality. But as long as it's engaging and it's fun and you're enjoying it, I think people will be able to stay in it as long as they want. I mean,
Yeah, but to your question, like I don't know what the world record is. I don't know. Is someone...
A guy just did 48 hours.
48 hours.
Oh my God.
And he lived till like the hour
But
46.
how many times did he come? Twice.
Don't
Not
print
great
that.
VR.
Please don't
He was
write
German, so.
Oh, German, then he came the entire time.
Well,
we learned a lot.
We learned a great deal.
Yeah, I think I would just say we set out to make just like the dumbest thing we could think of in VR, and then now it's just going to get more and more sophisticated and fun after that. I think we accomplished that as far as the dumb thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That is the crazy thing and that's what I like about the sketch is that it is so simple. It's good. It's really a good cop, bad cop sketch. But when you're in it, it's elevated by the form itself.
I feel like we're
and of course the performance is Paul Scheer.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Nick DiCarlo, Rex Hallaby, Alan McLeod, Sean Decanay, Christian Hewer. I'm Owen Burke. Thank you for coming out.
Let's go.
One more time, guys, let's give it up for these folks of Funny or Die, a Future of Comedy in VR panel. Thank you guys so very much for coming out to our Samsung experience today here at Sundance 2016. We will be closed at this time, but you can join us at 9 a.m. tomorrow in our Samsung Cafe and for our 12 to 1 p.m. panel with thedeadline.com, the GOAT. Have a great evening, guys.